welcome back to 333 News. So, yes, it has been a week, and finally we're making another video, and of course, as you expected, and as we said a week ago, it will be 333 News the next time we upload, so, yeah. This video was going to be concluding our 1 week break, and very happy we took it because we definitely could have used the time, and I felt like, yeah, it just felt a lot better to take some time and, you know, not worry about having to upload anything. So, you know, we were able to take a break and kind of refresh ourselves, and now we're back and ready to make content. So, we're going to get started, and as we promised last week, we are going to be bringing you COVID-19 updates and weather-related updates this time. And we also have something else that we're going to tack on to the end, which you probably already know what it is, but we're going to do it anyways. So, let's get started with COVID-19 updates. So, as you probably saw in the title and the thumbnail, we are debating whether COVID-19 could be over pretty soon. And there are signs that are pointing that way, but it could wave the other way if we do not follow the guidelines that are still in place. Trust me. I just want to say this right now, the better that we do with following the guidelines that are still out, the quicker the virus will end. Trust me on that one. So, yeah, enough with that. We're going to actually show you some data now, and here it is. So what we are starting with here is the previous month's worth of daily cases in the United States, and as you can see, the rate has been going down, and that is a good sign. It means that the virus is slowing down and is not being as infectious as it used to be, and one very plausible reason is because of the vaccines. But another one is because so many people have already had the virus that there's not many people left for it to infect. So, I would say that's a pretty good thing, is that we're beginning to herd immunity, and if we can keep doing that, then this virus will be over before you know it. And then we won't have restrictions anymore. But until it is gone, you gotta follow restrictions, and the better you deal with that, the sooner virus will be gone. So, yeah, we're almost out of this, but we still gotta keep going our way to the end without letting up, and keeping our guard up until we are out of this tunnel. Alright, so there was the daily case rates. Now I have another much more important piece of data to show you, and yeah, we unfortunately were unable to gather worldwide vaccine administration, so the best we were able to do is get the vaccine administration for the United States only, and here it is. And this is just a bunch of different things compiled into one. So you can see kind of like the general US vaccination information right here. So on the left you will see a key for the map on the right and some numbers indicating the total population that has been vaccinated, like how many people in total have been, well actually not how many people have been vaccinated, but rather how many vaccines have been administered and delivered. And along with that, how many of those have went to like a specific age range of the population. And directly below that is the key to a chart, or a map actually, that is on to the right of the picture. And what that chart is it shows you how many vaccines have been administered for each US state. And each of the different dots on the left indicates a different range of numbers. And it starts at light green and goes all the way to dark blue, and basically, the bluer your state is, the better it's doing. So, if you can see that your state is very blue, that means they are doing really good with rolling out the vaccines. However, it might not necessarily be enough for the larger states, whereas for states with smaller population, even if you are green, it probably will be enough. Because this is not per capita, even though we did have the option to show that instead. This is just total vaccines by a numerical count, and not per capita, so that is just what I want to show you, and I think it's a lot better to see that your state is blue, because that means they are rolling out more vaccines, probably a lot quicker too, and they are really keeping it up with fighting the virus. So, there is that. Along with that, there are some states that are starting to drop restrictions, such as Texas, but we're not going to go too much into detail about that. We just want to warn you that dropping restrictions in the home stretch like this is probably not a good idea. So, if you really do think that dropping restrictions is going to be something that would work out for you, what I do want you to make sure to do is to make sure the case rates are low and vaccines are going very well. So, yeah, just want to point that out. Now we're going to get into weather-related updates, which we do not have a lot for, but we are going to say that there is an extreme winter storm out west. Somewhere around Colorado and Nebraska, there's going to be a very major storm brewing, and what it's going to do is it's going to, like, stall out over there, and it's going to bring pretty much 4 to 5 feet of snow, which is insane. And we didn't compile any radar or anything to show you just how much damage this thing could do, because, you know, we just kind of threw the COVID information together today. But we still want to say that there is going to be a storm near Colorado and Nebraska. It's probably going on right now, actually. And what's going to happen is it's also going to create some severe weather down in the southern states, which could imply thunderstorms and maybe even tornadoes. And then the system is going to transfer over to the east coast, where it will then become potentially a nor'easter. And since we do not have much information on that right now, we're going to update you next week, which actually, no, we cannot do that, because it'll probably be over by then. So that's all we've really got regarding this system that's moving through. And another thing that's happening in New England right now is the transfer of cold fronts through New England, and that is causing a cold down and some snow squalls. Those are actually pretty much done with, but there is still going to be wind through tonight, and I just want you to be aware of that. Alright, so that's our weather segment, and one more thing before we end is you are not going to be seeing regular uploads this week either. But we're not taking the week off, so what this week is going to be dedicated to is our new channel trailer, so there will not be any uploads besides that throughout the week. That is the only video you can expect this week, and I just want to make that clear before we end. Otherwise, you might just get confused on whatever's going on, so that's all cleared up. Everything is squared away here, so that's going to conclude for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.